And
Well,
we're live.
we're actually live. Hey guys, welcome to another edition. Episode 1. See, of Wrestling on
Wow.
the Rocks. It's Thursday night, Chaser. It's your favorite night, and we out here. So, you know me. I'm Ms. Amanda Jane, and with me, of course, it's my sidekick. Hey, Digi, what's going on?
What up, homie?
Word. I don't know. I felt like Bart Simpson.
Word to your muffler, you know?
There you go. I was all about the when NWA had it, it was the waffle irons and waffle and tire irons thing
Yeah,
they had. Yeah, that was I don't know.
that's a
I
thing.
should have bought one of those shirts. I didn't buy one. But yes, welcome guys to another Thursday night brought to you by our friends at Fans First Sports Network.
Woo!
Man, I tell you, wrestling, a lot of good stuff that's not, WWE. A lot of
Yup.
good stuff that's WWE. Like, for example, I didn't realize that how do you pronounce this? Like Julia, right?
Julia. Yeah,
Julia.
Julia.
No one knows who the hell she is, but she apparently in May is going to be debuting on NXT.
I know who she is.
I know who she is too.
Well,
I do.
then, I mean, you just say badass before the promotions even started.
Yeah.
This is their cornerstone. That tells you everything. It stayed long enough to get that company off the ground.
Mm-hmm. And
Love
also,
it.
if you want to say, like, you know that she's good when you know who her intergender tag team partner is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Zack Sabre Jr. people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And no, he will not go to WWE. Remember, he was in Cruiserweight Classic. He was offered, but he did not sign. That's not his ambition. That is not his ambition. He's doing his ambition. So yes, people. Yes. So yeah. I mean, wrestling's good when, last night they had a full bout. That everybody. Mm-hmm. It's good to know that one of the brothers in time, Justin, is back with his setups. We need to get him on one day.
It would be nice.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice. Also be nice to get Marsh on here. Because Mercedes is gonna be a wrestling. So
can we call it wrestling?
Well, if not, what is it?
Uh, overprotected crap.
Mm,
I mean, that's where I'm going with it.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've never liked her as a performer. I didn't like everything about her. Just didn't appeal to me as a fan. You
You
know?
know, this is where it would be amazing that we need to have Marsh on this discussion because, like,
Hmm.
I'm neutral, like Switzerland. You know, that's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Because I don't have skin in this game. Is she? You know, is she good at what she does? Probably.
She's clearly
You
got
know,
a contract for a reason. I just think it's
yeah,
overhyped.
she's getting money for a reason. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people are getting money. But yes. So just to because we are on episode 1 again, and I'm going to say a reason why is
Okay.
because somebody fucked up the birthdays last week because somebody, I'm not naming names, but somebody, that would be me. No, it wasn't you, it was me, was not looking at the calendar, and I went way over and told everybody whose birthday it was, like, this week. So you get to hear me talk about John Cena. Okay, John Cena's birthday. I want to say this. Okay, he either needs to go bald now or he needs to, like, spray in hair or something. I feel so bad for him. I
Hell
really
no.
do.
Look,
There's nothing wrong with being bald, okay? Many of you are, you know, there's a lot of them. It's okay. It's okay, Cena. It's fine. Or do what they
well,
do in those movies, you know?
he's
Yeah.
probably gonna go bald because that's how Peacemaker ended up. Because I'm sure they're not dropping that promo.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all know how much I love Peacemaker.
Hmm.
Yes. Thank you to um producer lady who was like, "Oh my god, have you seen Peacemaker yet?" I'm like, "No, because I don't have HBO Max." I got a trial of HBO Max just to watch that, and boy,
Woo!
woo,
Ah.
woo, yeah, Ric Flair that people. So yes, but I will say yes, we did talk about every. I think we had mentioned that Drew Gulak, um, frickin' Glenn Jacobs,
Yep.
Nikki Cross. I think.
No, we
Uh,
didn't say Nicola Cross.
no, we didn't think. Yeah, well, her birthday is this weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, along with one we did forget, another one.
Uh,
Happy birthday, Shooter Shota Umino. Happy birthday, dude. Yeah, his buddy is now the new
mhm.
IWGP Heavyweight Champion. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm whatever.
It's
Chuck Taylor. Life is better when Trent Beretta's not at your side. Let me just say that. Yeah.
we just keep saying, we keep calling it.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. And then of course Moose,
Moose.
and Dr. Britt Baker DMD. So
Mm.
yeah, but I'm not going through everybody again because I fucked up. So happy birthday, y'all.
Yeah, we got the one I wanted to get to, who will be at a daddy daughter dance where two teams. She's got one coming up here, which, if you don't know what that is, it's
Mhm.
her intergender tag partner's her father. There's
Oh,
another
very nice.
lady in another promotion who's
Very,
intergender
very
tag
nice.
partner is also her father.
Very
So that's why it's called the daddy daughter dance, which is
nice.
amazing.
Mhm.
Like,
Nice.
as a dad, just I get the feels.
That is awesome. I'm doing the justice of putting ourselves the right now on the Twitter. So
The
come in
the
well, what am I
Twitters.
telling yeah. So anyways, maybe someone will come in. Willis, I don't know. Willis said I don't know, he said he might come in. But yes. Um
Oh, you
so
know, we can't get good help because he's supposed to be our reporter or reporter on the sky there.
Yeah, I know. We can't, there's no good help. I fuck up
Yeah.
the birthdays. Who's there to frickin', promote us on our mainstay on social media? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Tell
That's
me
why it's
about it.
episode 1. It's okay.
Yeah. It's
It's
always
okay.
one
It's okay. So, anywho's. So,
because
yeah. So,
we're the ones that refuse to take a number two.
there you go. You're the one. Even that storyline's getting interesting. But, no, but going back to, since we're talking about,
I'm just saying,
the,
Hookaleo's a tall drink of water.
hmm so now, okay. So now, because I want to go into this again. So now that obviously Tomatonga
Mm-hmm.
is siding with Solo,
Uh-huh.
does it mean that possible new signee Jacob Fatu is going to where will his loyalties lie?
I don't know.
Because technically the last name
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
yeah,
anything.
doesn't mean anything, I mean shit, like whatever. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see how that's going to fold out, if it's going to fold out, and when it does.
I I think it's a matter of time because we
Yeah.
we just saw there was a whole thing online um where it's you just saw it happen to your brother Jimmy.
Mhm.
Do you have anything you want to say to him with all of that? And he
Yeah.
just went, he knows.
Mhm.
So maybe we're looking at, Jimmy, since he's out, that he might go crawling back to his brother, and his brother's going to tell him probably to go fuck himself.
Probably. Yep. Oh yeah, by the way, again,
Mm,
I already fucked up again. So again, no episode 2. Sorry guys. It's a
yeah,
banner episode today.
it's over.
We do a little thing that we like to call "What's in Your Glass,"
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Digi frickin' had a big glass. I approve.
Just a
What are
Heineken.
you drinking? Yeah,
Just a
but
little
show
Heineken.
them. Look at that.
Look at that.
Want it? Yes, the big boy.
Mm,
Want to know a true story with
mm-hmm.
that size of Heineken and myself? So
It's
long
rated
time ago.
PG 13.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of PG-13.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so a long time ago, probably like circa 1995, 495 ish. Back in the day when you know I didn't have white in my hair, or actually it's lavender right now. But I used to really enjoy going out to hockey games, NHL hockey.
Mm,
And one particular team that was a visitor of our San Jose Sharks was always fucking a great party team,
mm,
because the guys were all young at the time. It was the goddamn Buffalo Sabres.
mm.
So, first of all, I'm drinking regular Coke, and then I have this concoction, but I'm going to talk about my Heineken thing that's in my Stanley before I talk about that. But
Mm,
yeah, so one of the things, yeah, so shout out to that team that was like circa 94 through 96, like
mhm.
Matt Barnaby, um, um, all them peoples. Barnaby was the dude. He still is the dude to this day. Anyways, shout out to you, dude. Can't believe these motherfuckers, all their sons are playing now. God, that's how fucking old we are. Anyways,
Tell me
so
about it.
yeah, so one of the bars we used to go to was this one called Voodoo. It's downtown San Jose. It's not no longer the Voodoo Lounge anymore. But
It
anyways,
used to be, and it was cool.
it used to be when it was cool, and there was nothing that had to do with voodoo,
Mm,
surprisingly. So, anyways, so they had Heineken. I drink a Heineken. It's like one of my beers, and they have them in the big bottle. So of course
mhm,
we had gone somewhere to dinner, and then we got to the club and whatnot, right? And
mhm,
so like we were drinking, and I wasn't even paying attention what time it was. So of course someone buys me a beer. Okay, tell you who it was.
mm.
It was actually Matt Barnaby. And he's like, "Here you
Nice.
go." I'm like, "Ah, thank you, dude." So of course, 2 minutes later, they're like, "Last call." And they go, well, this is it. And the bouncer was like, "You're gonna drink that whole thing, right?" Because literally we'd had to be done in like 10 minutes. And I go, "Yeah, I got this, no problem." So I was talking to people. Next thing you know, they're like, "Okay, guys, 5 more minutes." I'm like, "Okay, I got this." And everyone's like, "No, you're not gonna finish that shit." I go, "Watch." I probably had 3/4 of the bottle. So bear
Yeah.
with me. Chug, chug, chug,
Mm-hmm.
chug, chug. The bottle was empty. And I had like half the damn Buffalo Sabres team were like, yeah. One in particular at the time. Oh my God. That scared the shit out of me. Oh, oh my God. Marv. Happy
Hmm?
birthday.
Hmm? What? What?
Huh?
What?
We missed Marv. I missed the
Marv.
fart gun. Marv.
Is my mic coming in good?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, good.
Yeah. As I
Yeah.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. My heart.
L.A. Marv. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of ones,
Yeah.
see, we needed that a little bit of yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So I can chug beer like that. Did you like the rest of them?
Oh. No.
Yeah. Yep. I miss those days. What's up?
Audio's all fucked on this platform. I'm all right with it though. I'll do it.
I mean,
Well,
it's not fucked up on our end.
And that's all that
no.
matters. It's only episode 1. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we
It's
fucked it up.
fine.
We fucked it up twice.
Yeah.
And we're not even 10 minutes in?
Yes. Well.
Yeah. That's
Dose.
what happens when you let the idiots run the asylum. You know what I mean? What
It was one of those experiments. It's like that new was it on I think it's on HBO Max or Netflix. It's that new one where they let the inmates just kind of go on their own.
I was just hearing
Unlocked.
about that.
Yeah, that's us. That's
Yeah.
us. Like
That's it.
totally. Like, yeah, you wouldn't believe. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I started
how's
watching
it
it. It's
going?
pretty good.
In these parts. Hold on. First of all, because we're in the middle of playing a What's in Your Glass, and I'm just finishing. So in my Stanley, I have this concoction. It's iced tea.
You got a Stanley.
the
What's on the
new-
Stanley?
What's on the Stanley?
Yeah. Did you get a logo on it? Is it from a company? Is it just Stanley?
No, it's just a regular Stanley. I need
It's just
new stickers.
You
And
found
then-
just a pink Stanley?
Yeah,
Do you not have any of the Amanda stickers?
I do, but I need more. Because, okay, and the reason why I say I need more, okay, you haven't been around these parts in a while, is because I need a bigger one because I have this and it's huge. He's huge. Okay. I come up to his his
Oh.
arm. They're
Yeah.
huge. These
Yeah.
are the ones you buy because you go
Rick-
to the show and they have the
Well,
sticker set and there's the
plus-
small ones and you have all of them, but they sell some of them individually. And I have a Colt Cabana one too that he sent me. So yeah. So
Didn't I send you
I
a
need a
Colt
bigger
Cabana
one.
sticker at some point?
I have lots of Colt Cabana stickers.
Okay, well, there's that.
Yeah, I have lots of them. Yes, and he has one of mine too. He's supposed to put it on, baby. I'm just saying. He also said that he's going to do the show one night, so I need to bug him because
Yes,
he needs to come through. Yes,
Yo, he's coming through. He's coming through Arizona again. Coming up real soon. He's gonna face a Chubby Depp. Chubby Depp is our fucking local hero. This motherfucker, dude, so over. I've been to
Chubby
several
Depp.
shows. Yes, so
Chubby
over.
Depp. What's his gimmick? Is he like a fat Johnny Depp or what's the?
He's just a fat dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's built like Jigglypuff.
Oh, wow.
But like, here's the deal: is like I even asked a buddy of mine. Actually, Gr Lunar, Gabe Lunar, alumni of Wrestling on the Rocks. He trained with him at certain points, and he's wrestled with him. And I saw a show where Hammerstone was on the show, but Chubby main evented the show, and I was all like, "That's weird. Why would Chubb main event if you have Hammerstone,
there you go,
right?"
Amanda.
Well, the thing is people were excited to see the current MLW champion at the time, not now, but at the time, the MLW champion, they thought it was cool to see him. But it was and it sounds dumb. It was at the Margarita and Lime Festival. And Chubb comes out. He starts doing his thing. Within minutes, within of being in the ring after the bell, this crowd started to build. I was watching it because I'm the wrestling nerd who's there to watch the wrestling. Everyone behind me is a local nerd looking to just drink and have tacos. I'm watching this crowd build and build and build. And before I knew it, everyone had walked away from the food carts, walked away from the center stage. They walked away from everything, and they had surrounded this ring for Chubb. And they were chanting for him. They were calling for him. Every time he got a hit, they were cheering. When he was down, they were booing. I couldn't believe the way this guy got an entire crowd of people completely disinterested, absolutely invested in him. And I looked over at Gabe because he's standing right next to me, and he goes, fucking Chubb is over, dude. He is over. And I experienced it that night. I've seen it happen another time. So the idea that it's him and Colt is actually lucky for Colt more than Chubb, if I'm honest. Like, not trying to talk shit, but this dude knows how to get a crowd into him. It's fucking impressive.
Oh, man. Something happened to Amanda.
Yeah, we lost her. What happened?
She just dropped off. I don't know. Maybe
she's just tired of our shit, dude. She's just over it.
Even though she's, for the last, 4 episode ones, it's been, when's Marsh coming on? When's Marsh coming on? There she goes.
Yeah, and as soon as I come on, she just fucking jumps out. She's like, I'm out. I'm done.
Fuck this.
She threw her glass at the wall and said, I'm out.
No. No, it's so weird. Like, sometimes I have these weird audio issues that, because Digi was showing me photos, and for some reason, when it came back, I had no audio, couldn't hear anything. It's like totally John Cena, you can't hear me. Yeah. So I had to go away and come back because
you can't hear me.
I can't hear you.
I'm going to tell you right now, Amanda, as much as we can all love Colt Cabana, and we do, it's really lucky for Colt to be working with Chubb, because that motherfucker is over and can work a crowd no one.
That is amazing, because you know what?
They're about to work together, yeah.
Colt needs to wrestle premier indie talent. That's why he isn't shown on TV.
Here's the crazy bit too, is Chubb is the kind of guy that you wish that AEW would grab, but that you also wish AEW was better than AEW.
Yeah.
Because he's the kind of guy that you go, I can get why WWE doesn't want him. I get it. I see him. Dude's like 4'6", 690 pounds.
Is he really 4'6"?
No, but he's not taller than me. I'll tell you that, and I'm not 6 foot.
Well, because why didn't they give him to Marty? Because Marty had wrestled another short guy when he was in Arizona, and
Marty's a submission technician, right?
No, he can be.
I wouldn't say that. He does it all. Because technically, you can say that Colt. I mean, he does tech submission as well too.
But here's the deal: how are you going to work with a ping pong ball? This fucking guy, how are you going to tie up a rubber ball band? You know what I mean?
True. True. I think the largest person Marty's probably ever faced, probably maybe Shane Taylor.
Dude, it's not even about largest. Chubb's not the largest guy I've ever stood next to.
But he's round.
But he's Otis spherical. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So I get why WWE might not grab onto him, but I wish a place like AEW would see the way this guy connects with the crowd and take full fucking advantage of that and say, we need you here to kick off the shows, right? But I get he might have a ways to go. He might not be a main eventer, but I'll tell you right now, if you started a show with Chubb in the ring, by the time the fucking second match hits, this crowd's on fucking fire. They want the good guys to win. They want the bad guys to lose, and they're fucking in it. This guy gets it on that level. And I think that Colt should work heel in this match if he knows what's good for him.
He probably will. And this is where, my heart hurts because I wish I could. Are you going, first of all?
I will not likely be going, but I'm looking at it and I'm going to consider it. By the way, I'm
You
having
need to.
orange soda and Terramana tequila in my glass tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you smell what Marsh is cooking.
There you go. So in this
Tortilla silver? That sounds fucked, dude.
Look at that. So in
Yeah,
the camera,
it's in my tea.
I'll tell you, my tea has regular tea. It's got the new Chick-fil-A berry cherry lemonade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did put a little bit of soju in here, cherry soju.
Woo!
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Sorry, I'm still a big fan.
But I mean, it's 40 ounces. So when I say not a lot, it probably is like.
There's no reason not to be. I mean,
I know, but we all remember what happened last time I drank soju on the show.
Oh, I'm here for it. I don't care. You get out of line, I'll just mute you.
There you go. Ooh. Well, I will say, Marsh, the problem is with Tony Khan. Okay. He doesn't have a name.
What's the singular problem with Tony Khan? Lock that one in.
Well, it just keeps getting. I don't want to say
Daddy should have gave him a few spankings because. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. But I will. I will say that if you get to see heel Colt Cabana, you were very lucky, because I think of the. Honestly, I can't even count how many times now that I've seen him live. Not enough lately, but I can't count enough time. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him work heel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the.
No one's gonna boo Chubb. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, I know, they'll boo Cabana. This is great. I need to get you guys. You need to give him the intels. I start saying, dude, do you know what you're walking into in Arizona?
It's fucking wild. It is wild. I've seen very few. I've seen zero indie talent and very few top tier talent just grab the crowd that quick, that hard.
That is, I'll tell you, that is true. That is the true spirit of independent professional wrestling.
Yes.
And it's great to know that it's fucking not dead. And fucking these guys who've been wiping out the landscape and making it look like fucking Jurassic Park out in these woods here, where we're gonna have to use DNA to create indie wrestlers. Yeah, no, that's some good shit. So, and speaking of, are you going to see Sam Stackhouse in GCW when it's out in New Mexico?
It's this weekend.
It's this weekend. Oh, I thought
it's this weekend. So I'll tell you right now, I'll break the news with you because you brought it up. GCW's been hitting New Mexico. They've been going to New Mexico. They've been to Arizona once. They have announced their second show for Arizona coming up in a couple of months. I'll tell you guys right now, which I have not told anybody except for 2 people in person. We are moving to New Mexico.
What?
Oh.
We're waiting on a singular confirmation, but it looks like within 2 months we'll be living in Albuquerque, which means the next GCW show that comes to Albuquerque will definitely be there, because there's no fucking way I'm going to live in a place like that and not go to wrestling shows. And if Sam Stackhouse comes to town, I'm going to that town, right?
I will come out, because I've only driven through New Mexico.
Yeah.
So I will come visit. Besides, I
want you to know that's true of 98% of people who have existed in the state of New Mexico at any given time, that they've only driven through. No one stays there unless they're forced to, one way or another. Breakdowns, moves, whatever it takes to force you to stay. El Paso is at the tip of Texas, but it's the heart of New Mexico. Just pass right through, dude. Just keep fucking going.
Yep. Now that means you're going to have to, no. How far is San Antonio?
Like 11 hours.
Yeah. Because I'll come out. We have to go see Mission Pro.
Is Mission Pro doing San Antonio now?
I think so.
I know they got out of Buda. Which I was at fucking just 2 weeks ago for WrestleMania. I was in fucking Buda, where Mission Pro used to do their shows. I was there. I was doing a thing. I saw the eclipse. It was great. Never seen the sun less in my life.
That was one thing of like, don't care. But I will say,
wow.
It was fucking cool.
The eclipse? No, because I'm stupid. I would have like been all up in my Chanel glasses, and I would have been blind. Yeah, that can't happen.
True.
That can't happen.
It was fucking cool.
They don't believe apparently in like AEW or whatnot. A lot of these wrestling companies, they don't believe in having like ADA accessible like seating ringside. They used to, not anymore. Because I'm like willing to pay. I mean, if my visual is impaired, then I need to see that. I do. I do. I do. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, so we screwed up birthdays. So yeah, but we're good. So yeah, I mean, there's. I don't really call it there's news because it all intertwines with everything.
No.
So, if you watched NXT, or are you still on the camp of I can't do it?
I'm not against NXT. I check out what I check out. I don't watch it all. I'm happy with what they're getting out of it. I'm curious as to the why a lot of the time. Like turning Roxanne heel is interesting.
Yeah,
but
it's
also,
weird. I don't like it.
She's a Ricky Steamboat, dude. Like, but at the same time, I said the same thing about Bailey. Why the fuck would you ever turn Bailey heel? The thing is Roxanne comes out with her fucking heel face.
Yeah.
She looks like a cat sneezing.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're just kind of too cute for this, You just can't growl at me,
She needs to learn from Tatum Paxley, because Paxley looks like she's going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think Roxanne's doing a good job with it. She's given like her so fun. Do you see her on Raw? Coming out, looking to the side, just
yeah.
I was like, all right, I get it. You're a bad guy. But at the same time, there with what, Indy Hartwell? Yeah, I'm not cheering for her either. So
yeah, good. Yeah. Like good test right there.
They could have built something good on Indy Hartwell, but they just let it go.
Don't start. I will forever be haunted by Dexter Loomis.
Look,
when I look at her,
I like Dexter Loomis.
The way I don't want to go back to that. I really don't.
The thing we learned about The Way, it was the wrong way, right? Yes, that was a turnaround.
True.
Yeah, make a U-turn if you end up on The Way. All right, like no one came out of The Way looking good except Candace, which is wild because she was the least considered in any of that program.
Exactly.
And then she went on her own and showed us The Way wasn't so good. I don't think she's won a single match and she got back.
No, it's not that Candace is a fucking charmer. It's not that she's winning over the crowd. It's just that when you watch all these shitty skits and terrible writing and you go, no one here knows what the fuck they're doing, but somehow Candace has good timing. You go, okay, she's the only one who knows how to do what they're trying to do. But the thing is no one's listening to her on how to do it. And everyone's taking tips from the fucking jabron that no one gives a fuck about. So, and the thing is like, as much as I wish that Indy Hartwell was better than she is, because I do, she's in there because of Sasha Bailey. Like, she's one of us. She's one of ours. She's watching this and doing this because of the same reason we're watching this and doing this. She's just had a lot of shitty fucking people around her who don't know how to get her to that next level.
And a lot of shitty booking. I mean, she did not protect herself at any point.
She's too green.
No.
But you can't blame someone for listening to the people who've been there forever, right? She showed up and they said, trust us, do this. And she goes, okay. And you go, fuck. They were wrong. And now you're just in it. And was she supposed to stand up for herself? No way.
I think that going on the indies, just kind of like what happened to Steph DeLander with Indy. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. That's what she needs. She really does. Yeah. She needs to. I think that if she can have that, if she has that opportunity, I think it would be like.
Take a couple years out the company, just do the indies, work on herself.
Yeah. Because who would
Get
have
her shit
thought that
Take a
together.
couple years. She got
Yeah.
fired. Relax.
A lot of people get fired. We're not going there. Anyways. No, but
Look, we call it best endeavored in this house.
Mm.
or you got filled.
Yeah, you got filled.
You got filled. Yeah. But no, I think that, yeah, I think she'd thrive in that arena. But, I'll say this with NXT, it'll be very, very interesting. I know with Julia coming in,
It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very curious with that because that was a real stealth move to snap her.
I
That
don't
was
think it
very
was.
stealth.
I
You don't
think
think
that
so?
she did a smart thing. I think 100%. There's not a doubt in my mind, and I've talked to nobody involved in any of these things. AEW offered a contract that was significantly more money up front than what WWE offered her. I have no doubt about that. And Julia looked at those both contracts and said, I could make twice the money now, or I could have a legendary career. And that's what's in front of them right now if you're a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't want to be the always a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
At AEW.
At best in AEW.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing is, I did talk to a wrestler who did sign with WWE. I don't want to shout out names or anything, but he told me backstage at a thing that he was offered a significantly more money to go to AEW, and he didn't choose it. He chose WWE because he wanted to learn from the best and work with the best, and he couldn't have been happier about that decision. Where he knew even in that moment, and he's doing pretty solid now. He's not like top of the card by any means, but he's doing pretty solid now, working with who he's working with, and he was so excited and happy and proud that he was making less and learning more. He knows that what's in front of him is a lot more vast. With AEW, literally the paycheck is what's in front of you. They've offered nobody more than the money in front of you. And WWE offers people so much more than the money in front of you.
Yeah, John Cena was just doing an interview with Jake Paul, and he's like, yeah, they offer to help you with your education. You get a free language class every year. Like, he was just kind of going over some of the benefits about how he learned Mandarin and shit like that. So there's a lot going on over there.
But is that for everybody, though?
Yes, everybody.
Really?
Nikki Cross walking and finishing up her degree. Like,
she's about to get her doctorates. She's working on her doctorates right now.
Mm-hmm. That's how, it's all slide. They take it and they get credited for it. It's pretty cool.
Interesting. Didn't know that. Did not know that. But yeah, NXT is one of those creatures that I still really, I can look at it sometimes, but I have to do it without the sound because Booker T, man, they gotta get. I still can't do that.
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack.
What was it? Tama Tonga was just asked about why did he choose WWE over AEW, and he said, "Well, AEW is just a mid-card promotion." Like, that was exactly what he said. AEW is a mid-card promotion.
Exactly.
Because
I'm sure they put themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much truth in that, and not from the shit talk perspective. That's a guy in the business who's got his prime years just barely in front of him. Like, let's be honest, does he have 30 years in front of him? Probably not, right? And you're offered a contract by AEW and WWE, and tit for tat, if you're looking at it and the only difference is the logo on top, it's a pretty fucking easy choice to say, what's the bigger company? AEW has capped itself, and they capped themselves so hard they lost Tama.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think not only just with that too, but also with what he's bringing in and where he's landing right now. Yeah. Coming from, landing and all of that.
Because, his brother's looking at this like, I'm next, baby.
I'm next. Why not? Think about it from Mercedes' perspective. And think about it from Osprey's perspective, because I think about it from both sides. I see this argument back and forth, right? So Triple H said the thing, when I see somebody who doesn't come on board and then they say that they're getting the schedule that they like and they spend more time at home, then I feel a lot better about not making that decision because I want people here for the grind. Then you have Will Ospreay come out and say, "You say I don't grind, but I fly in airplanes once a week." And you go, "Okay, fucking dude, that's not the grind."
So does everybody
he's
else.
about.
Cry me a fucking river.
Every fucking body else, and that's not the grind. The grind isn't the trip home and back. The grind is that these guys, these Triple H's, the Shawn Michaels, the X-Pacs, the before their times, the fucking, you want to talk Iron Claw, the fucking the Von Erichs. You're talking about people who used to work
Dusty
350 days a year. And working 350 days a year did not include travel. That was in ring days, right?
Yep.
These 350 nights a year, I was in the ring bell to bell. And now you're talking about people who work once a week but fly a long time and then say that's the grind. And you go, but it's just literally not. We want people with the mindset that they're willing to do 350 days a year, but we're only going to ask them to do 125, right? I get the talent wanting less time at work and more time at home. I get the talent like Mercedes wanting more control over career and IP, feeling that sense of ego, that sense of self, what I bring to the table. But I also can't help but feel the company side, the WWE side of, but we're giving you the largest platform in the fucking world. The reason Twitch was such a divide was because WWE gave such a platform to so many that they could literally make tens of thousands of dollars doing fuck all and play video games. And their name was such that it gave them tens of thousands of dollars because someone wanted to watch Paige play video games. Someone wanted to watch Zelina play video games. That many. Ask fucking Hakura Shida how many followers she has on Twitch today. Ask Zelina Vega how many followers she has on Twitch today. And that's the fucking difference between WWE and AEW. I get wanting to go to AEW and saying, I want the money and I don't want the schedule. That's the talent versus company aspect. But it's so hard for me to root for the person who says, I only got to work twice a month. It's fucking great. I go, great. That is awesome for you. But I just feel like your output isn't going to be all that invested. You feel like you're locked in.
Well,
I think,
and from a fan perspective, if they're only working, twice a month, how much time is that for somebody to, like, you're there and then you're gone, you're there and you're gone. Any momentum you build is pretty much lost in the interim.
Yeah. Well, so I've heard, and I don't know anything. I don't understand shit. A lot of these Europeans and stuff that fly out, Japanese, UK, all that, they'll fly out to AEW. They do a match or two in the ring, and they film like 4 or 5 skits backstage. Then they go back. They come back the next month to do the same. So they're on TV every week, but they only show up once a month.
Right, but what about the crowd point? I mean, and even the Japanese stars that they have, and some of those guys, they're barely there as is too. Like you have pretty much the core, like 7, 8 talent and a stable and a half.
Yeah,
that are pretty much their entire show. And if it wasn't for Ember Moon, who's carrying Ring of Honor on her fucking back.
I mean,
yeah, because certain people who have belts at Ring of Honor, I don't know, they're tag team champions. Excuse me. So sorry. Or they're single-man tag team champions. Excuse me.
The problem is you end up with Hammerstone syndrome. I fucking love Hammerstone. And what did he do?
Yeah.
He carried MLW on his back for 6 years.
Yeah.
And for what? The thing is you can carry a small thing on your back for a really long time and take a lot of pride in that from a personal aspect. But from a fan perspective, it's MLW, man. What do I give a fuck for? I loved it. I love the matches. I see people talking about Jacob Fatu sign with WWE. What's that mean? What's he like? And all I can think is watch his MLW shit. Watch him in Hammerstone.
And
Does
Hammerstone
went
at
to
the end of the day? TNA.
I don't give a shit about his TNA stuff. I don't. I think he did better in MLW. But MLW is a smaller company.
No. Well, I will say that if Tony Khan didn't use the same core, like 10 people, and you actually used a lot of these other people on and spread it out like it was really supposed to have to be, then maybe it might be a little bit better. But
yeah, I mean, well,
no, it's not, because now, like, the way it goes, okay, and I'm glad you're here because I didn't want to talk about like Mercedes, because since obviously she came over, doing her thing. But what is your take on Mercedes and what we've gotten so far?
I
Because we've
love
got really
Mercedes.
nothing.
I was so excited when you went and saw her perform, and I begged you to get me a signature, and you sent me one that was fucking crumpled up like an paper airplane, and it wasn't even your fault.
No, sorry.
My
It
post
wasn't like
office is
that
just
when I
that
got
shitty.
it.
But I don't even
But you got some
care.
really good photos of both her and
Yeah.
Kyrie Sane. Just
She
Kyrie
went
Sane
to
photos.
Long Beach, and I drove out there just to see it. OC? LB Inglewood? Yeah, but Snoop says they're the same.
They are not the same.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-double-double-G.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg.
Well,
All I'm
we're getting
saying.
copyright claim now.
Yeah, now we're getting
Well,
hit.
he was the best. He was like some of the best part of WrestleMania commentary. Let me just say that.
Oh yeah,
That's probably true.
Mhm.
But I drove out to Long Beach just to watch her perform against Willow. She was in
Mhm.
2 matches that night. Actually, now I think about it, it was the end of the tournament, and she did 2.
Mhm.
I can't remember the name of the other woman she was in with, but I do remember being like blown away. She was fantastic. And that's a shame. That is an absolute shame, and that's on me. I should have looked it up, but I'm talking off the cuff, and I'm been drinking for a while. But I love Mercedes. I think she's amazing. And when I went up there, I bought I went up I stood in line for like 45 minutes to buy whatever Mercedes merch I could get at the top of the line.
Mhm.
By the time I got to the front, I don't think they had a single thing. I think I got one t-shirt. Maybe not even. I think I got the only shirt. I think didn't you buy me a Mercedes shirt, the 8-bit one?
I did buy you a Mercedes shirt.
Yeah,
It
so
was
I
the one
didn't
that
even
was
get
like the
merch.
digital,
Yep.
like
Yep.
look at 8-bit kind of.
So you
thing
got the
first.
shirt I wanted and the signature I
Mhm.
wanted. I stood in line for 45 minutes, got to the front of the line, asked if they had anything Suzuki or Mercedes, and they said no. And I said, I'm good. I'll go back. And I just left. Like, I mean, I stood in line for a long time to get fucking nothing because I was there for her. So I love her. I support her. At the same time, I'm watching these promos and I'm seeing these things and I go, she needs a producer.
yes.
Without a producer, it's very evident she doesn't have a producer.
She's allowed certain things she shouldn't.
She has an ego and you can hear it and you can feel it, even though she's trying so hard to make you think she's humble. You don't feel it. So she's either got to go heel pretty quick, which may or may not click, even so, but she comes off as I'm bigger than the business. And I'm here
Mhm.
because I'm bigger than the business. And she feels like everything she says might be about a match against Willow, but feels like fuck you, Triple H, for not giving me everything I wanted. Thank you, Tony Khan, for giving me everything I wanted. And at the end of the day, I don't want to hear who you're mad at if it's not going to happen in ring. So I've been really disappointed in that she sounds stuttery and missing stuff and pre-recorded so she could fix it, but doesn't. That's the part that gets me. When she stutters and fucks up a promo that's pre-recorded, but it's the same and goes out, I go, oh, she didn't think she needed to redo that. She episode
A
1.
lot of people don't. A lot of people at that company don't.
Maybe that's what her real career is. It's not she doesn't have a producer. It's they're alumni of Wrestling on the Rocks.
She's got that Wrestling on the Rocks at heart, and I appreciate that. She's drunk and doesn't redo it.
Yep.
Same with me. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like,
well,
I expect a little bit more, and I've been largely disappointed. And the more I see online, a lot of people have been largely disappointed, and it's not with lack of desire to love it, right? We watch on the edge of our seat with bated breath, going, "Please, please give us what we've been missing and what we want and why we love you so much." And then she delivers what she delivers, and we all go, Maybe next time. I mean, let's do it again next time. Let's hit it next week and we'll see. We'll fucking knock out apart next week. That's good. It's good. Like, we give excuses. But we're defending her a lot.
Yeah. I'm waiting for when, because everyone likes that, LA Knight, DMD, CEO. Okay.
Like,
I'm waiting for that to happen because it's this class of this bitch assness that's going to come back to AEW and it's going to kill that women's division. And I want to be there for every fucking minute of it and watch that shit burn.
It's already burning.
No, but really burn.
It's a fucking sideshow attraction for AEW. It's a novelty at best. Thing?
Yeah, I want that phony like reality show to come back where, like Tony Schiavone, as much as nonchalant as he's been about like his disgust on things, I'm like, you motherfucking turd, dude. Everyone knows. Like that shit's embarrassing. This shit is embarrassing. Okay, what's been going on? Weird. Embarrassing.
In terms of Mercedes, I held out hope because I was like, she did okay in Japan. Okay. So
her matches were better than her promos for sure. Her video packages were cool visually, but even the spoken word was a little off. Yeah. And then the matches I thought were solid, but there was a little something that was a little missing. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
I'm taking over your show. This is your show, Digi. Sorry.
What the dude, do you not look at the stream? Your name says boss underneath. Jesus Christ.
That's the CEO. CEO.
Yeah.
We need to get you ring. I'll get custom rings for you.
Marsh is the mini boss of the IWC.
Yeah, you are the mini boss of the IW. Yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with his fart gun.
Like, you knew she was going to show up. The hype was well built. Cool. Mm-hmm. She showed up and something at first didn't even look right with her because that's what at first is. Okay, how are you presented? Something just didn't look right. And then I started listening to her repetitive, annoying theme music. It's like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just little trial and error.
You know why they're liking doing that with theme music, right? Have you heard why AEW likes doing that now? As apparently they like the audience participation. And I'm like, this isn't fucking Rocky Horror, people. Okay.
If you want audience participation, give them a fucking beach ball and call it a day. Just keep it away from Claudio.
They'll do it.
We don't need the damn Osprey chant in the damn. He's had that theme forever, and no one used to Osprey, whatever, right? I know this because that music fucking just. Oh, I'm like, it just. Oh,
I know I'm in a minority because I hate music that's licensed. Just make your own music.
That is his own song.
It feels just so Bush League when they get these fucking stupid songs for all these guys and fucking getting Kansas and all that shit. To me, it feels so VFW. Because when you go to a VFW or you go to an indie show, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong.
VFWs anymore.
Yeah.
Damn, I miss those days.
Dude, I just saw my venue, my local promotion finally got the VFW back because they fucking got kicked out. But they're back, and I was all like VFW. But like in my mind, it's. If you've been to one of those shows, you know that every single person who comes out to a radio hit because this is the song I think about when I want to come out. But then you hear Stone Cold's music, you hear The Rock's music, you hear Bret Hart, you hear Mankind, you hear Undertaker, and those are iconic songs that are just theirs. And I feel like that when you try to take a song off the radio and make it yours, it's Sweet Caroline, man.
Well, I will tell you. No, but I will tell you that I will say this.
Although, real quick before you say that, I will say big shout out to Neil Diamond Cutter. I love the guy. He uses Sweet Caroline as a song because it's over. He's a fucking cool dude. He's a cool dude, but at the same time.
If that's your character, man, you have to. And if not, that would be an injustice, right?
If I can add a hot take to the thousands of others in our catalog, I like AJ Styles' new ring music.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I dig it. I get it. I love his original song so much and I want to sing it. So when he does this one, I'm like, the motherfucker changed his song, and I go, fucking worked me.
Yeah. And then, speaking of which, Seamus got his old music back. Did you check that?
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah. You know what? Seamus, apparently, I don't know. Speaking of Seamus, apparently he's this big gay community icon. The gay community in the internet wrestling community has been going nuts over him.
And he's like, huh?
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah,
I had read that somewhere, and I'm like, what? Good for you. Good for you being a fucking, an icon like that. Good for you, dude. Good for fucking you. Good for you.
Sometimes
Seamus.
they have no idea why.
They don't. They don't. I mean, there's certain people that, yes. But I mean, not every, independent wrestler, when they make it the big time, not all of them, none of them will really invest into their own music. But some people, I will say, have very iconic music, okay? That it's great. Fucking Joe Hendry, okay?
Okay,
I mean,
fuck Joe Hendry. You know who's got a legit song on his own? Stackhouse. Whoop, whoop.
Yep, he does. He does.
Jessica Havoc does. That's done by her brother.
She does.
All right, I'll give you
that. But I'm also talking about, the real GOAT. Yeah. Yeah, Marty's got the best fucking that theme. That's an iconic fucking theme.
That was my ringtone for like 2 years because it was just so
I had
cool.
it for a while. I have Big Pimpin'. Colt Cabana's been his forever, that his friend made for him. The boom boom. I miss that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but no, Marty's fucking, his theme is iconic. That is one of those ones, and you don't see people who weren't on that, WWE level with one of those fucking iconic themes. You don't. I can't name you
Not
anybody
anymore.
else.
Well, the guy that used to do their music, didn't he step away for a bit and somebody else, Jimmy Jacobs or something?
Yeah, the guy that did Marty's song?
Whoever did a lot of the roller stuff.
Jim Johnson came back and did something for somebody. I thought about trying to reach out to him, and I asked, and I could not get a response. I wanted to commission him to make us a theme song. Instead, I got my boy Curtis Vodka to give me his old fucking unreleased shit, and that's how we got what we got.
I thought about asking the guy that did Marty's themes.
Oh,
the guy from England.
I mean, I know people.
Because I think like 4 or 5 people got themes from him. Like I think Jake Atlas had gotten his indie theme from him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, Amanda? Have you bothered to knuckle a little bit? Why hasn't Colt been on AEW since Punk's been gone?
Oh yes, I do know this answer. Yes. A lot of it now has become, he's been producing and agenting a lot of the ROH matches. And I'm getting nosy to ask who's and what.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll tell me, sometimes he doesn't. But he's been getting more of that role. So he's also their Collision nights, but because they tape the same nights. But he also did say to me that like with Dynamite, he wasn't, like when Phil wasn't there, he was like, I'm doing all this other stuff. And he said, and it was sometimes too hard, because he said there were 2 very, very close calls that he almost didn't make it, And I'm like, not like they're using you to wrestle. And then he got mad at me for saying that. But
well,
how dare you? And you're like, because I have eyeballs? Fucking relax, bro.
Like, why aren't you? I can't even get you on a fucking indie over here, and you fucking no. But so with Collision, he just has kind of been doing that, and that's been his. Now it's like his Saturday thing because he can do everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how he's been like, hey, and call it lazy, whatever. But with him, he's like, yeah, because even he's been doing Collision as well too. So
I won't ask you to get into it if you haven't gotten into it, but did you go over why you did not go see Bull Nakano and Medusa together in West Coast Pro?
Yes.
Did you explain yourself?
Talked about this actually on episode 1.
Yes,
all right, good.
Yes.
I gave her a ton of shit for both of us about
he
you.
did.
You fucked
he
up.
That's all I need to know.
He did. Okay. And so here's here's what I will say again about the whole thing. Ultimately, at the end of the day, okay, it's nothing against Medusa, nothing against Bull. The problem is, for me, West Coast Pro. I've not been to a West Coast Pro show all year.
That's your fucking spot.
Let me tell you why I haven't. Okay, let me tell you why. Okay, I'm a little angry right now, and I have justifiably so. Okay, last time I went was when Chris Hero debuted. He did the one match, right?
Timothy Thatcher, correct?
Timothy Thatcher, correct. And that was an amazing match. Fucking loved it. Oh my god, fucking all the feels. That fucking elbow. Swear to God, people talk shit about Chris Hero and like, oh, he's so overweight. Fuck that. The guy fucking can wrestle circles around someone who's so athletically fit. It's not even funny. So yeah, and those elbows are still to this day just as fucking badass as they were like.
I wouldn't want to take one of his elbows. I would put my hands behind my back for CM Punk to punch me in the face as hard as he can before I would put my hands behind my back for Chris Hero or Cassius Ohno to give me a half-assed elbow. I'll tell you that right now.
Not even a half-ass, a quarter elbow.
That's what I'm saying. If he said I'm gonna give you a half-assed elbow, I'd say I'm put my hands up. If Punk says I'm gonna punch you as hard as I fucking can, I'd put my hands behind my back and say, "Fucking do it, dude, little bitch."
Yeah, I would do that. Everyone knows you don't have to pay me. I'd be all fucking go for it, motherfucker.
Yeah, fucking try.
Go for it. I have no fear. No, I just don't like the fact that West Coast Pro has been having these shows in LA, and the cards personally I think are better than what we're getting at home up here. I'm not a Joshi person because when they said, "Oh, it's Marvelous Pro," I'm like, I'm not paying. Like I don't like Joshi wrestling. It and especially with up here, the crowd in San Francisco, a lot of them, they like Joshi for the wrong reasons. And these are people who give me shit about like whatever. And I'm like, I actually do like wrestling. You know, I'm not sitting there like fucking like having really naughty thoughts about people like and getting visibly fucking blushing or fucking getting chubbies when I'm watching wrestling.
Hold on.
No, I'm saying
all I gotta do is this.
But I'm not sitting there the whole time. I'm not sitting. Anyone can ask me who's seen me. I do not sit there and like fucking, I'm not sitting there like, oh, like, let me get binoculars.
We've been through that before.
And look at his ass. No, I'm not. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't go to look at, I don't go to the show like that. I do not. But dudes are. And these are guys who say to me, well, you do that when you. I go, I do not. I do not.
Yeah, there is a difference between appreciating someone's physique in a way and only appreciating someone's physique. You know what I mean? Like, there is a definite difference, right? Because we talked about it before when I would watch some of the talents that would show up on AEW. I go, this is a fetish thing, right? This doesn't, because they're not providing other things. Where Randy Orton comes out there and we can all feel ashamed of ourselves as men, and women can all become very excited that it's Randy Orton. But at the end of the day, we all go, but the guy's so fucking good. Like, you can't deny what you're watching in ring.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of women who show up in some of these things where you go, they're also providing not the other part. So we're all only acknowledging the upfront. Like, that's not okay.
Well, if you squint when AJ Styles turns his back to you, that the hair.
But here's where, like, from what I've seen, in the matches that we've had, they're not that great. They're really not. And I'm like, I can appreciate I appreciate great wrestling in all forms. But when it's more like fetishy and like cartoony, and yes, this is coming from the person who loves Colt Cabana, all right? But you see,
no one's accused Colt Cabana being a fetish at all.
No, not at all. He'd look at me like, "Are you?" I'm like, "No, you're not a fetish. No."
That's why I went.
Oh,
dude's an oil drum.
Saying because like he does goofy matches and stuff, right?
This is true.
But I'm like, it's different. It's totally different. Like when you see someone like, and I've seen him live a bunch of times too. Grado, pick on Grado. Love Grado. Okay, need to see more Grado wrestling.
Yeah,
I have a Grado autograph in my closet. I don't know what to do with it.
Oh my god, I have like 3 of them, and like,
am I the only one that doesn't have a Grado autograph?
Well, we need to get you one.
I can get you one.
I can get you. I think I might have an extra.
Like I popped.
I think I might have
Laredo,
2
man.
copies of Wrestling Road Diaries 3 that are signed by all of them. Kikitaru, Grado, and Cole.
Oh.
I might. Let me double check. And if I do, it's coming your way.
What I can say about Joshi is the ones that tend to go westernized know exactly what they're doing. That there are plenty in Japan who, while they have a bit of that cartoony and that look, can go bell for bell and make you want to watch more, men and women.
Yeah,
but the Western ones, they know what they're doing. There's
yeah,
no
but this
question
one
of that.
it wasn't like it. That and then 2, like
Makito is
I
fucking
felt like
nothing.
Because I was like, I kind of want to, like, when I do meet Medusa, right?
Yes.
Like one of you guys, because I want to, I want to hear some stories. I want to ask some, some
Show up
questions.
to the
Not in
fucking
some.
stream.
I know, but
Yeah, she's more likely to tell you.
but
She's
you
not
know what
telling
I mean,
stories
though.
in front of me. I'll
So
tell you that right now. If I tell her to tell you, she ain't talking shit. I'll tell you that. You're not getting anything out of me. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
but no,
I
but
can't fucking drag shit out of her. I know the story. I can't get it out of her. So.
Did you ever ask her about Marty Jannetty at WrestleCon
No.
and her dicking him out of the fountain?
Oh yeah, she did that for sure.
Yeah, it was legit.
That I felt so like I'm like, okay, why is she the only one being an adult? All of you people.
Because
She has her limits, is all. I think at a certain point, it's okay. You fucking children, like Mama Bear kicks in for her for sure.
Yeah,
Like when I cut myself real bad, Mama Bear kicked in and she fucking. I say she saved my life. I was bleeding pretty bad, and she fucking grabbed duct tape and a tampon and fucking wrapped me up and
MacGyver that shit. Yeah.
I mean, she got a nursing background, like she's legit, but like
just
it was one of those things where it's all like, "You're wounded, let's go to war," and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
There's been times in mod meetings, man.
Yes. So that was for me. That was a big bummer, but I did have friends of mine who went and said, "Yeah, the wrestling, you would have just been you would have like walked out. You would, no." So
you would have gone in,
I'm
but
even
you
debating
would have had your
going in
picture
there.
with Bull and Medusa. They don't, even though they both do appearances, they don't do appearances together often.
I know, but they didn't treat it as they were like together. It was like separate,
which is stupid.
Which was dumb too. And when I found out about that, I was like, "What? You get fucking."
Although when I went and met Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart was a table over, and I was just talking to Bret, right? Because I'm telling him, "You're my fucking first hero I ever had." We're talking. My roommate comes up. He goes to take a picture with me, and my roommate was with me, a really good friend of mine, still to this day. Dustin comes over, and then Bret just goes, "Hey Jim, get in this," and just waves him over, and he just comes over. Okay, you're so like,
I like Jim over Bret. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's this picture right here, dude. That's Bret, me, Dustin, and Anvil.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible. And it was just one of those things where Bret's all like, I told him, it was a word vomit moment. I just went, "You're the first hero I ever had." And hearing it out loud, I didn't even know it till I saw him. It was just, we were just face to face, and I just said it and then went, "Fuck." And it took me off guard. And he was just all like, "That's awesome, man. That's really great to hear." And he goes, "What's your name?" And he signs my glasses and he's like, "Let's get a picture together." He goes, "Hey, Jim, get in this," and it's just fucking cool, dude. Like,
that's amazing. That's amazing when people do that. I still want to be the fly on the wall to hear when he yelled at my arch nemesis. I'm waiting for that video.
What? He yelled at Punk?
He yelled at
Oh yeah. That bitch. Yeah. I saw someone else meet her. That a friend of mine met her at fucking WrestleMania this year, and they got a picture. And I was like, "Can't wait!" And I was like, "This fucking bitch."
Fucking ginger cunt. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry.
Wow.
Get some Stanley in you and calm down.
I will say this: she was there in all her glory because she was a big ECW rat. Just saying. This is episode we can't get to it too because you know what? I hold things. But you know what? No, I don't hold things. My thing is this: I'm over.
Who was an ECW rat?
Oh, I'll give you her name afterwards.
We can discuss this off. We don't want to be. We don't want to trash people.
No, because that's not what we do here.
Yeah.
Unless you're Tony Khan, then it's fair game.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Spray. Well, I can trash Ocean Spray. None of you can't, because
dude,
he physically assaulted me.
I got her to admit that if Osprey reached out to her and said, "I need you to tone it down. This is really starting to affect my mental health," that she would actually back off a little.
But I will tell you,
Osprey. What are you into Osprey all of a sudden?
What? Me mean? What am I mean to him? Come on now. Okay, I want.
She can't be honest about a douche.
Okay, I'm gonna throw something out here, which I was gonna actually mention today. Okay, so he did the Hey EW with RJ City this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went and asked him, because it has not. Okay, he didn't say if he officially is autistic or it's whatchamacallit, HDD. Didn't say which. But I will say this, and I wanted to comment because actually someone did DM me and ask me, like, are you going to ease up? Because I said, all right, first of all, I've known for many, many years that he's probably on the spectrum, because a lot of wrestlers used to, still to this day, and I'm not going to name people.
That's fair.
Tell you, I've heard this from like 15 different wrestlers, okay, that they're like, he's really weird. He has to be on the spectrum. There's no way. Like, he's really, really weird. Like, his behavior is really weird. So I've known this, but it's not going to change the way I feel about him. Yeah. But again, like I said, this week, he didn't have a microphone. He was not given a microphone. Fucking the greatest thing. Just let him do what he does. Just don't let him talk. That's all.
What do you think about his shit talk to Triple H?
Yeah,
I fly once a week,
idea.
bruv.
What a fucking moron, first of all. Okay, here's what my comment on it. Okay. Triple H, in that statement, just because he used the word all in does not mean he's necessarily targeting him. There are other people who were at that same event that he could be also targeting as well. So for you to think it's all about you, boy, you're fucking an idiot, dude. Because
dude, that was telling MJF on yourself for sure. Because he didn't say anything like that. He 100% said, like, hey, if you turn us down and say because you wanted a lighter schedule, then I just think I don't need that person. And he was like, oh, but me, but me. And you're like, okay, dude, no one said you. So now you're saying you. So now you made us say that.
Asshole. Well, and you look like an asshole in these streets. And you know what? Who was right? It wasn't Bishop, it was me. I've been saying this for years. It's like, I
told Amanda flat out.
Bro, whatever. It's not about you.
Like, Triple H didn't need to say another word about it. He got offended because he knew he was one of those people who has had a tryout, and they went, nah, that's fine.
Yeah. If you guys even looked back into the history of a lot of these people who are in AEW and how many tryouts they've had at the Performance Center, can I tell you, a lot of these guys have gotten turned down, not once, not twice, not three times, maybe four.
Yeah.
Guevara, 4 times. Yep. Ricky Starks was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Will Hobbs twice.
Yeah.
Originally, Eddie Thorpe, God love Carl Fredericks right there, twice. I mean, a lot of these guys, you don't just get the call up. I think MJF did it twice too, if I'm not mistaken.
He did it once.
Oh, I thought it was twice.
No, it was once.
No,
and then,
I thought it was like
Regal wanted him.
No,
he tried it once, and because there's parts of that story that are true that they went through that whole gimmick with. Mm-hmm. He did it once. Regal was interested. They weren't sure because they needed to see more out of him. Mm-hmm. But Regal obviously had to deal with other things, so he couldn't be the focus of attention. Mm-hmm. So that's why MJF ended up at AEW rather than WWE.
Yeah, because I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think, like, for example, like Jack Perry, I don't think he ever went to. I don't think he ever tried out.
I don't think Jack Perry could get a fucking tryout.
I also
He
think
could
that
have.
there's
I
a
mean,
very
because
real
the
part of
matches
MJF who is going to take the most money offered to him.
Yeah.
I do think
Ocean's Spray did the
AEW
same
offered him
thing.
more money, and so he did it. Because I do think that, but I do think it was strategic. I'm going to take the more money now because I can leverage it later, also.
Mhm.
But like, I don't think MJF's doesn't have the goal of getting to WWE. I think he sees that he's on just a fucking canoe.
Yeah.
He's not
I think
stupid.
that
No, not at all.
No, he's very shrewd when it comes to that. I mean, obviously this is a guy that lives the gimmick, okay? And he's going to go, he's going to get the money that he feels he deserves. I mean, fuck.
Do you guys think
This
that
is the guy
MJF has
that
a fucking 30-year career ahead of him? Because I don't.
Who, MJF?
No,
Yeah.
No.
no. The way he's pretty much wrecked his fucking body. These are what a lot of the modern day, these younger people, they've wrecked their bodies. Like Guevara, again, I keep saying it. He's one CTE away from not being able to do it again. And that almost happened earlier this year.
Yep. He's a bump
I
away from
mean,
being done.
Yep.
like Top Flight, again.
Oh,
It's
they're
either
done already.
one or the other is injured or they're injuring somebody.
Yep.
Again, I mean, it is what it is. It's that style. And again, Ocean Spray's another one. Yeah, even though yes, he's kind of changed it up. He's going back to what he did before because he thinks that that's what people want to see. That's what Tony Khan wants people to see because he's paying him all this money. But I'm like, dude, you're not going to get a very good shelf life on that, you know? And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just very weird. These young kids nowadays, that shelf life is pretty short and people don't adapt. And I think that with WWE, at least they're making a lot of these people look smarter. But I will say this, I said this in episode 1. I'm very glad that WWE is using Ricochet a lot because they are showcasing the fact that that's their version of Will Ospreay, and it's a better version.
Well, and Ricochet's pretty much his entire career when he was, Puma and everything else. He knows how to do this shit safely without fucking injuring a ton of people.
Yeah. I've seen him do some shit. I've seen both of them do some shit where it's the same shit, right? One obviously looked like, oh my God. And then the other was like, oh my God, that's incredible. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. And it's always safe. I mean, because I'm sorry, but I always go back to that spot with Logan Paul. Like, I'm
the
sorry.
across the ring shit.
Yeah. I don't think anybody who does that flippy shit style, nobody could have pulled that off.
Yeah,
Nobody.
not as well.
Well, they could pull it off, but not it being like, holy shit, because you've got someone who that's not really what they do, And yeah, to this day, it's still like, I'm like, damn, that's my case for that's flippy shit done right. When it's done wrong, it's like, oh, it's a bad, like, it's like being an injury lawyer and you're sitting at the hospital waiting at the ER at the door.
Yeah. Chasing the ambulance.
Chasing the ambulance, and I mean,
Which
is what it is. So are you looking forward, Marsh, to seeing Mercedes this weekend?
Is she wrestling this weekend? She's not
I thought
wrestling.
she was.
No, I don't think I think she's still got a couple months before she's actually healed. I think she's just cutting promos.
I thought she was doing her debut this week.
Yeah, she's supposed to do her debut this week, her in-ring.
I don't believe it. We'll see what happens, but I don't believe it. I bet you anything she gets something happens and the match doesn't happen.
I don't know. But I think they're really pushing toward taking the belt off of Julia Hart, which I really don't want them to do that.
No,
Julia's
she's so good. I don't understand how she has the title. Is she the only title holder? It's her and Tony, right?
Her and Tony. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be Thunder this weekend. Let's go there.
It should be Thunder and it should be Mercedes, to be honest. You want the two best women in the company to have the titles? That's them.
But Julia has gotten a lot better. When you look at Julia.
Julia went from so fucking green, you might as well call her Chelsea, to she's gotten quite good about it. Like, improved a lot.
That's a person who is listening to the people in the back, and not having an ego about it,
And look, she's part of the House of Black. Look who's in the House of Black. it makes a whole lot of sense that they're the ones going, no. Don't do this dumb shit. Do it right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone keeps trying to say that they're all that whatchamacallit, Buddy and Malachi Black are gonna leave.
That wouldn't be
That
a
would make a ton of
surprise.
sense.
Yeah.
I happen to know for a fact that after Malachi Black left AEW, that both Vince and Triple H had said they wish they didn't let him go when he left WWE. Yeah, it would.
Because I know Triple H built him as a beast and a half and was good. So Vince didn't know what the fuck to do with him, and that was a problem.
No.
Which led to the Karrion Kross-esque, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing promos.
That that breaks my heart. He breaks my heart.
Paul Ellering being back with the Authors of Pain and that Final Testament faction, I think is a lot better fit for all of them involved.
It is, but he still hurts my heart. That's one that it just kind of hurts my heart, you know.
Ooh, Cross?
Yes, he's so good. Yeah, he's so good.
I just want to see his wife get back in the ring again.
No shit. Fucking love her in the ring. Oh my god.
She can go, and
she can go.
She's still in shape.
Not only that too, but if you can wear 6-inch stilettos and do a Hurricane Rana, like put a dude who's probably about like maybe 280 in a Hurricane Rana, you got skills, and it looked beautiful. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Terrible. No fear in that lady. No fear. Just fucking good. Yes. And I miss the besties. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that. With her managing the besties.
Chelsea?
No.
Oh, who was it with?
Scarlett.
Scarlett and who?
The besties. The Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett.
Oh, that's cool.
She managed them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She's managed a few people before managing her husband.
That was the best. You would hate it because the theme music. Yeah. They came out to Savage Garden, Truly Madly Deeply. Yeah, you would have hated that. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. Yeah. Just as you probably would have hated Hanson Mbop when the Bucks came out to that.
I can see that, yeah.
I do miss the super kick party theme. They need to go back to that. Instead of this weird. Yeah. You need to go back to Papa Buck music. That's all I know. Anyways,
I think they just need to get off screen for a while and
they should
go take care of the kids. You know what I mean?
They should. Now, especially because since Kenny's having surgery again. You know.
And it may be career ending.
Yeah, the story, it doesn't make sense anymore. You fired him. Okay, well, I guess doesn't care. But
no, he's talked about that. Yeah, if this surgery doesn't go right, he's done. It's like Big E is, for all intents and purposes, he's done.
So, so they added a new title match for Sunday for Dynasty. It's the 6-man versus 6-man. So, the Bang Bang Gang versus the Acclaimed with Daddy Ass. It's on 0 Hour. Why is that on 0 Hour and not Hook and fucking Jericho? Is it because it's Jericho?
Hook is a bigger draw than those two groups combined.
Are you serious? Even though like fucking everybody loves the Acclaim and everyone loved that fucking scissoring bullshit.
Look,
and all of that.
Here's the thing.
And Jay White, how fucking,
Jay White. Look, here's the thing. Jay White is rarely used and poorly used when done. Okay. The scissoring thing, it's a great comedy, but the only thing that really got the Acclaimed over was not their skills in the ring, it was the rapping shit coming out. That was mainly their gimmick. He
Yes.
is. But
they do have good merch. This is some of their merch.
I'll
Pink
tell you right now.
That has a logo on the embossed on the scissor part.
You know what I think it is more than anything? I think no one's fucking paying attention. The Acclaimed was over because you couldn't say that shit on Vince McMahon's TV. Orange Cassidy was over because Vince would never put that on his TV. Vince is gone. No one gives a fuck anymore. No one gives a fuck about the Acclaimed or Orange Cassidy or most of the guys in AEW because AEW was the world that Vince McMahon would never want. And now nobody wants what Vince doesn't want because nobody has what Vince wants. We have what Triple H wants, and we fucking love it. We're eating it up. We're gobbling fucking Triple H. Fucking give us more. We got Cody Rhodes. We got Sami Zayn. We got Gable in a fucking program. It's so hard to hate watch AEW because it's not what Vince wants when that doesn't fucking matter anymore. That's why the numbers are dropping and these guys aren't fucking over because no more is there a fan base that can stand on, but this would never be on Vince's TV, and that's why I support it today because now it goes, I don't give a shit if Vince will put it on. Triple H is putting that on, and it's better than what Vince would put on anyways.
And if I may add a tertiary point here, is that a lot of the stuff that is going on now in WWE is concise. It's well done. There's an acknowledgement of plot, things of that nature. It's these little key differences that wasn't, nonsensical under Vince. And with him not there and things kind of riding in the ship, you look at some of the weird shit going on over in AEW, because we're now at PG-13. They're still where they're at, and they only have it so much of a roster. The ones that aren't consecutively injured because of dumb shit. Like,
and it's hard to get over as the guys that Vince didn't want when no one gives a shit anymore.
Well, it's a reason. It's not even that Vince didn't want them. It's that, people like William Regal and those retinue that used to go out and spot the talent said you weren't enough. That I knew something was fucked with AEW when you lost Arn Anderson and you lost William Regal. That was it for me. I knew shit was done. Yeah. Because Eric Bischoff, I think, hit the nail on the head here. And I don't normally agree with Eric. But, he said that Tony Khan's business model seems to be going after the internet mark. And that's him. That's his whole thing. But it's not television. You're not reaching a broad audience. You're specifying on a very small niche mark community. And when the casual fan goes away, that's all you're going to have left. And you can't build a company on that to be bigger than, maybe a super indie. And he's right.
Ring of Honor went for.
Yeah.
And look what happened to Ring of Honor.
But even a super indie, though, let's face it, with a super indie, they're very well. I mean, it's not as accessible. So it kind of makes it in its own way special. Because let me tell you, a lot of these companies now, at least on the West Coast, are booking a lot of these AEW guys, like the bigger names. And it's like, Jesus, you guys are doing like Defy coming up. Holy
Revolver.
shit, that one.
Yeah, like
Revolver, but Revolver, Sammy's not getting the AEW for whatever. I think he might have one or two, maybe, but he's not getting most of them.
Well, Sammy also wasn't going to get a shit bag on his show.
No, but also, I mean, if you're one of the few people who can get goddamn fucking Swerve Strickland, consider yourself fucking lucky. And that's all I'm going to say is if he does not win the fucking title this week, he's never going to fucking win it, period.
On AEW.
Yeah, he's not going to win it. Don't fucking wait till Wrestle Dream because by then it's too late. Everything about this should have happened a year ago, which it really should have.
While he was hot and fresh and
I
in
mean,
the
he's still
spotlight.
hot. He's still hot. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know what you're holding on to with Samoa Joe. Okay, Joe's, I think, kind of outlasted whatever.
They're using Joe for as long as they can, because let's be real,
I know, but
he's got a short shelf life on him, because he's one bad bump away and he's done.
Yeah. And look at like Eddie. Like, I'm glad that Eddie, they're slow. They were taking all the titles away because, you know, Eddie is getting to the point now where it's like, I'm worried about him. You know, like, I mean, I know he's getting
done,
really
dude.
uber
He's
in shape
peaked.
now
What's that?
for him, but
What's
He's
that, Mark?
peaked.
what'd you say?
Not
Yeah.
because of his own ability or his own desire, but just the way that they've built him. He's just done. There's no way you can rebuild investment on him. It's just a matter of him running his contract out, and then whenever he wants to become a coach for WWE, that'll be it.
And I still don't understand, like, you know, there's certain
It's a
people
miss.
that
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, what are you doing with them? So,
Like, if Saraya would have held out a little bit till, you know, Triple H got good in and whatnot, she could have came back, maybe not as made as much up front, but she could have really picked her career pretty much back up where she left it.
Yeah.
But
and brought her brother along.
Yeah, and her brother he could have been the next Daniel Bryan. He's that good. You know, he's been wrestling since he was 16. So he knows what to do.
So it'll be very, very interesting. Like, I personally, I think the one mistake I think that Triple H kind of has done so far with any of these agents, I am not impressed at all with Jade Cargill. You fucking have her off TV. She's fucking just as bad as she was the day she left AEW. She's fucking horribly green. Horribly green. I mean, I guess she has a look and everything, but I'm like, nah. No.
Having the look isn't enough.
Look isn't enough.
She's a ton cleaner than she used to be, but
yeah, that is true. She got protected in that six-man. She got protected hard.
Beyond. And it's like, dude, no.
It's
did I send you something in the mail or no?
Me? Not that I'm aware of.
All right, cool. Then I gotta send this out.
No worries.
I was just looking at my list of shit and realized you weren't on my list, but I had your address. There was a whole fucking issue here, so I gotta add this.
Oh
yeah. So she, I don't know. I wasn't impressed.
I haven't been impressed with her because they overprotected her and they're pretty much giving her the Goldberg treatment. I don't think that's going to last because even Goldberg, there was at such a point, and that was WCW. He came into WWE and it was just not like he was a meme at that point. And she's going to end up the same way unless she gets real big on the uptake fast.
I don't know.
I did see a lot of growth in her, to be honest. She's done. So to me, I think that the possibility is there, and I think it's smart to slow play her. Do the slow bleed because you have time. Don't go out there and throw out there like she's going to be fucking Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan. It's just not going to happen. But give a little, and by the time that you've been seeping this little drip underneath this massive production, then at some point you go, oh shit, this was a fucking incredible match. But I feel like we're like 2 years away from her having a match that everyone goes, holy shit,
At least 2 years.
Yeah. Do you think she should be on the main roster? I don't think she should.
They should have sent her.
I think she should. I don't think so. I don't think NXT would help her. I really don't.
No,
I don't understand what she would learn in NXT that she's not going to get on the main roster, being protected the way she already is. They've put her in a team.
Fair.
Right? And I think those are your differences, right? Like you have Roxanne on her own in NXT, which I think the argument could be made that Tiffany was in NXT too long. Roxanne's been in NXT too long. Cora Jade doesn't need to be in NXT anymore. Carmelo Hayes doesn't need to be in NXT anymore. It's been there too long. You can make those arguments, but those are a lot of singles guys, right?
Right.
If you put Jade up on the main roster now and you have her running drills with Natty 6 days a week and teaming with Bianca and Naomi 4 days a week, what is she not getting on the main roster that she would be getting in NXT? And what are we losing? You know what I mean?
Well,
But they can't do that with everybody.
That's true. You're right about that. But I think it's the same level of difference between seeing her and seeing when Tama debuted, because that was a night and like comparatively speaking, Tama walked in, hit the ring, and made everything look $1 million fucking dollars and then some. Where you thought they killed Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas she's the fucking weirdo that did a run in and pinned one of the people. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I asked her, that was exactly what I said to Amanda, is, why the fuck did she pin her? This was a run in.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
She goes for a pin.
Yeah, it's like, that's some R-Truth level shit.
But
hey, leave R-Truth alone.
The crowd ate it up.
Goddammit.
That crowd counted, which was wild. If the crowd didn't count, it would have been super stupid. But the fact that the crowd counted 1, 2, 3 let everyone watching know that we know this is your finish, and it's devastating. Like, that was crazy. I don't know. You could train a crowd to do that. Like, it almost seems fake. It's so fucking perfect. Where it would not have taken much for that to fall flat as hell. It was wild, dude. WWE's in a wild time where their shit is hitting.
Yeah. And they've got all the right stars. Go ahead.
It makes me wonder, because I've said this before, and I still, even though, yes, it's a different era, and because everyone's like, oh, Ricky had the little political statement that he made this week about AEW, and I'm like, well, I said, he's gone in 2 months, pretty much.
Really? Is that when his contract's up?
His contract's up in June.
Yep. Oh, I thought he still had another couple years on it.
Nope. He's already been signed for, it's been almost 4 years. Yeah.
Good. Get the fuck out.
Then
He's got no hope staying there.
He just took his shot at a guy that can kill his career at a phone call.
Yeah.
And that was dumb.
Yeah. What did he say about it?
Well, he had said, the quote was pretty much like, oh, Tony Khan, it's like a startup company. I'm like, good God. I'm like, is this a cry for you want to get out? Like, he's like, yeah, there's going to be bumps in the road. I'm like, okay, or are you being Mr. Political because of the fact that you're not going to get what you want from WWE? I don't care who the fuck you know back there. Doesn't matter. I know you know a lot of people there. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the same thing. Are you going to get more money? Probably not. Are you going to get more opportunity? Probably not. Because he's not going to be one. He hasn't done anything that would warrant him to not go through NXT. And I know that his ego won't allow him to do that because,
And when Meltzer, the lover boy of AEW, is even like, that took a lot of balls. Good luck to you. Taking a shot at Triple H. It's like, that's not the way you want to do business.
No. Taking shots at anybody is not the way you want to do business.
He cut some sort of fucking promo when they did the Punk tape. He came out and cut some sort of stupid fucking promo and pretty much ran his mouth about Triple H.
Really?
Yeah. And
if you find that video, send it to me.
I'll look for it. I know a lot of the videos coming from that particular episode of AEW, they've been getting copyright claims struck and taken down.
Yeah.
Even the video of the crowd chanting CM Punk a lot during that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll
see what I can find. I never said Ricky.
That wasn't
I was talking about Osprey. Yeah, I was talking about Osprey.
Ocean Spray.
Yeah, Osprey is the one that he called out, Triple H, and he's done.
I've been telling everybody. I told you so from day fucking one. Day one. That's a problem. It's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. He's not as good as everybody says, because you know what? The first Takeshita, it was a great match, yes, but you know what knocked off a star and a half at least was the fact that he sold the whole thing. It's like, come on. And then I'm tired of everyone jobbing to him. Claudio jobbing to him. You can even tell after a while, like Claudio last night, I was like, he's like, I don't want to, he's like, I fucking don't want to be in the ring with this motherfucker. Yeah. Seriously, it was stupid. He couldn't, he just could not let his ego let Claudio put some of his spots in. And that was stupid. And I was just like, yeah. There were a couple of them where you can see Claudio heavily assisted in a lot of things. So it's like, yeah, no. He'll have his day in the sun at Wembley. He'll have his day in the sun. But you know what? Honestly, that's his Tokyo Dome. And that's all he's gonna have. So hopefully when he gets his new tattoo, he gets the right number on his tattoo.
2000
this year. Just saying. I love how Janela took a shot at him about the clusterfuck. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna get the number, for this year, the number of entrants for the clusterfuck. It was 87. I'm gonna get it tattooed on me." And someone had said, "Are you sure it was 87?" He goes, "Oh shit, too late." I love Janela, but no,
check that number.
Check that number.
Did only 87
honestly,
people go to the clusterfuck? Only 87 people went to the cluster?
87 people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. This year's clusterfuck, including Sam Stackhouse.
Yeah, but
with
that's
his
low.
partner.
87's really low for the GCW.
No, it actually wasn't. It was high. Usually it's about like in the 40s. It was like double. But they had a lot of tag teams.
Wait, you're saying the number of people who entered the clusterfuck or the number of people in the audience?
No, that's the number of people who entered the clusterfuck.
Okay. I thought you meant in the audience. I was like, dude, they had less than 100 people. I was like, that's terrible.
No, that thing was sold out beyond sold out. Yeah. We didn't get it in LA because it would have been 3 a.m. So Lauderdale said no.
Forget it.
East Coast people aren't going to buy that. And I'm like, but the West Coast people really want it. He would have had some fucking trippy, amazingly fucking like great people if he had done that. Like he would have had it would have been just whoo. Yeah. I bet you Arquette would have made his fucking appearance back.
So
GCW. Yeah, but just stuff like that. I mean,
hey,
I don't know.
Say what you will about Arquette. He might have started out as a meme, but that guy has put his blood, sweat, and tears into the business.
Yeah, I'm not damning him for whatever. My thing was, bro, did you not know who Nick Gage was? To this day, I always say that. Did you not know? Yeah.
Did you not know you're gonna get fucking thrown around like a rag doll?
Did you not know? But then the best was when he freaked out when the artery got hit. He's freaking out, and I can hear you. Don't fucking freak out. I know what I'm doing. This is What a way to have your first ever, being at your first ever, fucking death match. With, the full-on light tubes and shit. Yeah. His blood everywhere. Yeah.
Nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
I don't know. People do that sort of thing.
Yeah. Right. But, hey.
I'm going to jump out. You guys continue breaking down the stuff.
I actually think we're probably going to call it. It's about
I think we're going to call it because,
get
this weekend, a lot of stuff. I mean, we've got Dynasty. I hate the term dream matches. I think it's overused.
Well, and this is where we can put a little bit of suspense because we will be talking about the aftermath. We will be talking about things like that. We will be talking about Rebellion.
So, I'm looking for Rebellion.
Dude, TNA.
Hashtag Team Nick Nemeth. Get well soon, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, poor Matt.
It's
I
I think he said it was his 5th-year anniversary since he was fired from WWE or let go
yeah,
Torn,
this year
torn
right
pec.
now. And of
yeah,
course he's injured. But you know what? Let's say this. He says, without Zack Ryder, he would not be Matt Cardona.
he's not
So
wrong.
big cheers to that. So as we get us going here, Digi, before we get into your little ending segment, as you guys know, thank you to our pals over at Fans First Sports Network for helping us keep the lights on. You can find Digi. Where can we find you?
DigiDamon WTR at Instagram.
And the boss, the final boss of the IWC,
I'm like
Marsh.
the level one
That way.
boss. Level one boss
Marsh,
of the
whatever way.
IWC.
I don't
Level one boss. Got to take a note of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
Oh man, at Ref Marsh, at Marsh Ref. Venmo is Ref Marsh. That's the most important one of them all.
I got the
Why is
Venmo
Venmo
on the
important?
screen.
Yeah.
Why is it important?
But I mean, I'm around, man. I'm working with Medusa on Queen of Carnage on YouTube. I'm working with John Arezzi at Pro Wrestling Spotlight on YouTube, and I started working in baseball, man. Check out Terry Collins' podcast. If you guys are Met fans, Terry Collins has broken out a podcast, and I've been doing the visuals for that. And same with JP Rishardi, and it's been fucking crazy to not know the details of baseball and hear these guys talk about it in a way that make me feel like I'm starting to get it. I started going to my friends who watch baseball and being like, what's going on in spring training? Like I fucking know something. And I'm like holding my own because I've been listening to these other guys talk about it. And so it's been
Well,
really cool to connect with fans in a different way.
When you guys like start talking about the Oakland A's and the fucking drama that is out here, hit me up.
What's going on with the A's? We talk a lot about Mets and the Blue Jays.
Well, yeah, I know, but everybody knows. I want to know, are these their teams in support of the cell movement, is what we call it out here?
Where are they
in
going?
These parts, the cell movement. They want everyone wants John Fisher to sell the A's. It's gotten to the point now where Las Vegas doesn't even want them anymore.
They just don't even want them. They can't sell themselves. That's weird.
No,
baseball
the
can't
fans
prostitute
want them
themselves.
to sell the team to a
That's
new owner.
insane.
They've got it's a lot of drama. So much drama in the LBC, but it's so much drama in the OAK. But yes, so also guys, remember we have our merch on wrestlingtherocks.com. You can find a link to our merch site.
Shop.
You can find me at Ms. Amanda Jane, Instagram, X, and yeah. So Digi, start us off with
All right. I know it's been a while for you, boss, but what we tend to do here is we like to do a nice little cheers to something we feel positive about in the wrestling world. A little bit of something to end off with a good taste in everybody's mouth. We normally let the guests go first, so give us a toast, give us a cheers to something positive.
Sami Zayn's a champion!
Woo!
So is Cody Rhodes! And Roman Reigns' reign is over. And that's been really cool because that means Bishop was wrong. And that's what we like on our side of the RWC is that Bishop be wrong sometimes. But yeah, dude, the idea
wrong all the time. All
the time. idea that Mania was just that emotional, Bayley's champion. I mean, this Mania, we walked out of it, Bayley champion, Sammy champion, Cody champion. I'm all like, Cody Rhodes. I'm like, who's fucking booking this shit? Is fucking Triple H just like, you know what, Marsh? I owe you one. I owe you one, Marsh. I'm going to give you this one. And gave me a whole Mania to myself. Jey Uso beating Jimmy Uso. It was just poetic. And I'll be honest, what it really means, what it truly means, the best part of it all is wrestling's at an all-time high. Wearing a wrestling shirt out in public, wearing a fucking LA Knight tank top out in public means someone's going to walk by and scream, yeah. And it means I got a new friend because wrestling is cool with or without the final boss because it's all just clicking. And when it clicks on top, that shit trickles down, and that means that GCW can sell tickets, because now I want to see the guy who's going to end up over there. That's why I buy a ticket to GCW, so I can see Matt Cardona, so I can see Sam Stackhouse, so I can see who's going to be at WrestleMania in 5 years, you know?
Mm-hmm. Miss Amanda Jane.
First of all, I would like to say that I'm looking forward to, speaking of champions, I'm looking forward to this weekend, a certain champion, friend of the show, getting her rightful belt back. Goddamn Thunder Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder Rosa, for
She's
sure.
been looking great. You know, she's basically like that is the women's division. There's so many great matches that will come out of her being the champion. I can't wait. I really want to see her and Mercedes. Honestly, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Even her and Deanna is going to be some fire for that. So Deanna Purrazzo's got to step it up a little bit to throw blows with Thunder Rosa. I also like to say, as much as people don't like it, the Bucks are going to have the belts again, because that's what they do. So,
hey,
yay! And on that other positive note too, there's lots of great wrestling. 420 is the date. Lots of great wrestling. We've got GCW going on. Rebellion is going on. So, you know, if you partake, have a smoke, watch some good shit. There is a lot of good shit on. Yeah, wrestling is good this weekend. And did you
before Digi wraps up the show, there's two things that have to be said. It was announced today, and you guys may not have known it. If you're familiar with the water paint artworks that have been spewed over WWE, the cover of 2K24, Mr. Rob Schamberger, he's no longer working with WWE. That contract's come to an end, and they did not renew it. As of April 22nd, 4 days removed from when we're recording right now, Rob Schamberger is working with AEW. The coolest part about that is thinking about getting a Rob Schamberger Thunder Rosa painting. It is a long time coming. We need it. Give it. That is on its way. There's no doubt about it. I can't imagine a guy, an artist like Rob Schamberger, seeing her face and not thinking art. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Rob Schamberger needs the Ricky pose.
The Ricky pose. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
With the Thunder Rosa thing, I mean, she
Thunder
can
Rosa.
take that. She's been in this whole Dia de los Muertos gimmick for a minute now, since coming back.
That's her whole career.
But it's more so like she's being very prominent with it.
It's
like he can sky's the moon with that. Oh,
I can't wait to see
as an artist myself, she's the one person in AEW that I consistently find myself going back to draw. She feels inspiring in that way. The only other thing I want to throw out there, we didn't talk about it. I talked about it last night at Wrestling on the Rocks episode 1. Bray Wyatt documentary. If you guys haven't seen it, see it.
I did.
If you guys think, if you think you're not ready to watch it, don't worry. You'll never be ready to watch it. There is no getting ready. You just have to breathe in deep, grab a box of tissues, sit down and watch it, because it is must see, can't miss. You have to see it. So
it is.
Congrats to Schamberger. Congrats to Bray.
Yep. I will say this. Even if you're a casual viewer of wrestling, right? Or you're not like me, I was not.
I'm sending it to friends who don't watch wrestling. They need to see this.
Yeah. Well, for me, like, me, like, I didn't watch, like, the height of Bray Wyatt. I wasn't watching WWE.
I was.
So for someone like me, I was like, holy God, like, what the fuck did, why wasn't I watching this? Because this is like a lot of me shit. I mean, and then, I'm saying, the other thing I want to pass on to, just so you can pass it on to the Wednesday folks, Bishop, the Bucks were at WrestleMania. They were represented.
They made it. We did say that.
Probably will ever be there.
We gave a cheers to Young Bucks finally making WrestleMania for the only time of their whole life.
There you go. The only time. But you never know.
Did you take back your show?
They might one day walk off.
No.
Walk off.
We're good.
Walk out of Tony Khan's world and say, hey, just let's do this once over here.
Well,
we don't care. And I'm sure.
I want to, because you both
their
watched
shirt would say, hell was colder for us than you. They have a shirt like that.
True.
But keep them very separate. Whatever. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
So by the time they would ever come there, you'd be gone anyway because you probably burn that bridge again too. So.
Well, since you brought it up, and before I go on my little thing and we could do last call, you watched it till the end, right? Did you see the lamplight?
Yep.
Have you been keeping up with the product where little bits and teasers are popping in place?
I think there's a way to do it that will be beautiful.
And Eric Rowan has dropped out of various events due to contractual obligations.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexa Bliss is starting to get back on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
We could have an amazing tribute on our way.
Yeah. Because, that's my happy thought, is seeing that Bo Dallas Bo leave, will be able to carry on his brother's legacy with people who knew exactly what it was, who loved what he did, and people that are going to pay proper respect to probably one of the most unique gimmicks that, in our lifetime, that really set a different boundary that we weren't used to.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that very much, as well as the two people here, my boss, the Ref Marsh, the level 1 boss, baby.
Level 1 boss, baby.
I'm thankful for producer lady for putting a ring on it.
She did.
We did
it down.
Like, we did so many toasts and we're so pissed we didn't have footage.
Yeah.
And Miss Amanda Jane and our wrestling fans, put on that, my friends. This is last call.
Producer lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers to Fans First Sports Network for keeping the dive bar lights on.
I would never have a drink with wrestling on the rocks.